Well, we don't have live action for you, but we do have the audio here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex for this Round 7 NPLW clash between FV Emerging and Bayside United.
I'm getting stuff from the camera, like I'm getting audio.
Live action for you, but we do have... seems as if we'll have to be doing some sort of radio commentary for this afternoon's NPLW clash. And as we just get adjusted to the start of this fixture, it's actually quite a nice... Well, it seems like a summer's day, but it is the middle of May. As I am in severe danger of perhaps getting burned, but nonetheless, we will take you through the lineups for both sides, Bayside United against FV Emerging. Number 1, Lauren Ferrugia from Bayside United. Number 2, the captain, Molly Burke. Number 7, Kirsty Shearing. Number 8, Sienna Fogarty. As the ball is played down that far side to Ellie Velaminek, as a goal kick is given, and we'll take you through the rest of the lineups this afternoon. Number 9, Rachel Sturden. Number 11, Molly May Ramsey. Number 19, Niam Griffin. Number 15, Niam McClure. Number 31, Jasmine Kane Edwards. Number 3, Jacqueline Lemieux. Number 17, Natasha Rieri. And number 24, who's on the bench, believe made one of her first squads this entire season, is Coco Parker. So look out for her if she does come on today. And as the aforementioned Rachel Sturden on the ball. Looks to play down sideline, and some trickery illustrated from the wing back, and Molly Ray Ramsey does earn the free kick, and we'll take you through FV Emerging's lineup. Obviously, they've had quite the stellar start to their campaign and have recently lost 2 games in the past 2 weeks. Number 5, Lucy Richards. Number 9, Holly Furphy. Number 11, Fantastic Armano. Number 13, Sarah Kane. Number 17, Murphy. Number 19, Ellie Velaminek, who had the chance on that far side earlier. Number 20, Leah Mulderi. Number 14, Leah Varley. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Sophia Varley. Number 3, Jessica Young. Number 7, Silverbell Morris. And that will conclude the lineups for FV Emerging. Now we can get focalized on some action this afternoon. It's been about 3 minutes played in this NPLW Victoria fixture. And apologies, we cannot bring you any live vision here from the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. And we will do our endeavour. We will endeavour to bring you said action as quick as we can. Shearing on the ball. Looks central for Sturden, and the ball ends up in the hands, or at the feet of Rachel Sturden. Turns around her marker and looks down wide on that far left side. Well, that was Natasha Rieri who loses possession, and it does fall for Ellie Vlamanek. Plays a centralized ball into the 18-yard box. Shot taken is deflected. She might look for the second effort. She does so. And the ball is crossed, seemingly across goal, by Holly Furphy. And unfortunately, the chance does evade FV Emerging thus far. And Francesca Yamano does place the ball down to the left-hand side, and we have vision here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex for some NPLW Victoria action. Welcome. I am your, well, solo caller, Neil Simons, who will be taking through the action this afternoon. I did reveal the lineups just about 5 minutes ago, and we are ready for some action, some live action for everybody watching at home on their laptop, tablet, television, whatever it be. Lucy Richards was going to be the one over it, and it will be number 14, Leah Varley, who's coming to the squad this afternoon. Varley, bearing down a goal. As a defender, you don't see that often. She parries it down. Ball rolled square. The shot was taken. A last chance shot taken by Ellie Vlamanek, and ends up, well, in the hands of Lauren Ferrugia. And, well, Bayside United's form has been quite horrific this season. Obviously, the opening week loss to Boxall United really signified how they would travel this entire campaign. 6 losses within 6 games. On the contrary, the high-flying FE Emerging started off with 4 miraculous wins, and well, perhaps the addition of the W League talent within the competition did catch up to FE Emerging as they have lost their past 2 games. So both sides looking to kickstart their form in some way as Lucy Richards chests it down and opts for Leah Varley. Leah Varley, her signature touch is seemingly driving the ball forward. It ends up at the feet of Iamano, who plays a very exquisite ball down that left-hand side. It was rolled square, and Bayside clear once again. They haven't really had a distinct attacking opportunity thus far. And Rachel Sturton, we know that she can cause plenty of trouble in that 18-yard box with a blistering pace. As Varley plays the ball all the way to Jessica Young, number 20. And Leah Mulderry. The ball central for Holly Furphy. She searches for option on the left-hand side. It looked like it was going to go to Francesca Iamano, who, well, actually has played some NPLW at other clubs. She was a part of the Bullying Lions set up in 2019 and with 28 appearances. Kane looked to play the ball down that right-hand side and was defended valiantly by the defender. FE Emerging, definitely a well-oiled setup. Or falls for Furphy. She's got Lucy Richards as an option on the left-hand side who can definitely parry the ball forward. And the ball is lofted down to Richards on that left-hand side, on the broadcast side. Looking to bear down on goal. Looked for the diagonal ball down to Francesca Iamano. And, well, Holly Furphy was instrumental in that chance. However, Bayside do retain possession and will seek to play out of the back, and well, defensive solidity is something that they've really emphasised this campaign, and having conceded a bucketload of goals in several fixtures, notably against Calder United earlier in the campaign, at this very venue. Rieri unable to latch onto it, and well, it appears as if a throw-in was called, and Sarah Kane will make do with it. Kane. FE Emerging, they're so dangerous playing out of the back, and Iamano will latch onto it. And it will fall in the hands of Francesca Iamano, who's bearing down a goal. Touch of perhaps it's a little bit too heavy. She rolls it square and was defended valiantly by Bayside, and the first corner of the afternoon is earned for FE Emerging. Pleasant run from Francesca Iamano, perhaps a touch a little bit too heavy. Would have earned her certainly a one-on-one chance with the keeper, and Lauren Ferrugia, who was a part of this Bayside side in 2019. They've seemed to have retained a lot of their talent. Any players out of this side who have, well, signed is obviously Rachel Sturton, part of the Casey's Comets in 2019. As they earn another corner, courtesy of Molly Burke, who is the captain of Bayside United, has been the defensive rock this season, despite conceding an innumerable amount of goals. maybe a little bit harsh in colloquial terms. However, FV Emerging will loft the ball into the 18-yard area once again. Leia Varley, a couple of step overs she takes, and she might opt centrally. She does. Well, and then there is another corner earned for FV Emerging of Lemieux. It's been quite the successful campaign for FV Emerging, who have wowed critics this season. The likes of Taya Pellizzeri as well, who has a well-written and a well-curated article up on Beyond 90 if you would like to have a read of that. There's no distinct player in FV Emerging who have really excited everybody this season. It hasn't been one standout player. It's been a collective team effort as Rieri was seemingly brought down there, and well, the throw-in is awarded for FV Emerging to the distaste of the Bayside faithful. The crowd has so slowly grown since kickoff. The home of the Bentley Greens as well. The Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. It's a wonderful afternoon. The pitch is looking in good nick. A nice tussle there between Iamano and then again it was Niam Griffin making that valiant defensive effort. Ball whipped in square. It falls for the number 9, who is cleared off the line emphatically. It was a fantastic chance for Holly Furphy, and Bayside might look to counter through Rachel Sternan. She's got that bucket-load of pace on that left-hand side, and, well, it was defended very well. Sarah Kane cleans up the scraps. Yamano's got a lot of space on the left-hand side. She's as free as a bird, and, well, Bayside will retain possession. Molly Mae Ramsey, what can she do here? Molly Burke opts to go back to her central defensive partner. And Ramsey making a dashing run. Perhaps the run was made a little bit too early, as FV Emerging will earn the corner, well, the throw in, my apologies, and Lucy Richards will be the one to throw it in. Richards actually was formerly of Bayside United back in her early playing career, and has also played for fellow NPLW side Alamein as well. Rachel Sturden latching onto a ball there, and, well, it was Candice Kildery, the former South Melbourne defender, who managed to meet her to it. Sarah Kane. And there was Kirsty Shearing, who earns a free kick. Shearing over 100 appearances within her NPLW career. As we see the FV Emerging substitutes warming up on that far side. Whipped in centrally, it did find Rachel Sternan, but it hit her arm seemingly, and, well, the FV Emerging will opt to utilize a counter-attack, and here comes Francesca Iamano, as free as she can be, rolled central, and the striker was unable to poke it home, and a golden opportunity for FV Emerging to open the scoring here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. Francesca Iamano, what an instrumental figure she is for this program that Football Victoria have implemented, obviously playing their home games at the Knox Regional Football Centre. It is quite the program, and it's definitely worked to FV's Emerging's advantage in prior meetings between these two sides. Rieri. A little bit of argy-bargy on that far left side, and Bayside will retain possession. They haven't looked entirely out of their depth. They do retain the buck of possession in the middle of the park, and FV Emerging love to operate on the wings. That's where they specialize. And here's a long-busting run from Leah Varley. Looks to go in further, the central defender. And Lucy Richards will seek to build up from the back for Siamano. He's got Burke for company. Does it defend a fantastic save from Lauren Ferrugia in the build-up. And Bayside will look to come away with it. Will it be quick enough? It finds Shearing. And FV Emerging will win it back. As Jessica Young just throws away the possession. And Bayside will, as the play has been dictated by FV Emerging, they will have to dictate their own tempo and perhaps indicate where the goals will come from, but FV Emerging will counteract that seemingly, as there is a tussle, and it was a fantastic defensive challenge from Jacqueline Lemieux. And it finds Neon McClure. Seemingly a handball has been called against FV Emerging, and Bayside were initially looking to take it very quickly. However, they will seek to place women forward in that forward region where they haven't really had the ball for the buck of the game. The defensive region of FV Emerging hasn't been troubled thus far, and will this be the first inkling of trouble? And it turns out it won't be. Molly Burke. Molly May Ramsey. And it seemed to have deflected off Lucy Richards, which may work to Bayside's advantage. It does come to Shearing. Options in the middle. She does opt to go there. There was no woman waiting for her in the 18-yard box. And FV Emerging will counter-press here through Leah Mulderry. Bayside have women back, but it will fall for Holly Furphy. Whipped in centrally, and Lauren Ferrugia, it's as easy as you like, right into her breadbasket. And Bayside will come away with an attack of their own. Molly May Ramsey look to parry it to Shearing, and Shearing does win the ball. Acres of space for Molly May Ramsey. She opts to go for Rachel Sturden. Can she win the foot race? And, well, it was Sophia Varley who launched in, and FV Emerging do retain possession. They've been under a lot of pressure on these counter-attacks. However, the pressure might not be sufficient, as Ellie Vlemenick whips the ball in and it's deflected off the Bayside defender. Drives inside, looks to roll central, and it is cleared away. Bayside United have been troubled on the wings. Molly Burke seemingly wants to opt inside, more central, and that's where they've succeeded on the counter-attacks. They possess the physicality advantage. Hence why Rachel Sturden is able to cause plenty of trouble for players such as Lucy Richards. Ferrugia. Fogarty. Molly Burke won the first challenge, but it will come away with Francesca Iamano. Staunch and very stoic clearance made there by Bayside, and well, it will be Lucy Richards to clean up the scraps. Only 2 women back for FV Emerging, so if Bayside were to counter, they would counter strong. Molly Burke making tidy work of Lucy Richards there on that broadcast side. Furphy. And Richards doesn't do enough. And Bayside will look to come away with it quickly. The initial throw was hypothetically intercepted as Ramsey did not adopt for that throw, or opt for it, so to speak. Here comes Leah Varley. Goes down wide. Jandice Kildare. Rieri in a tussle, and Kildare will win it. The ex-South Melbourne winger. A fantastic run from Kildare, and does only roll central for Bayside, and well, the ball is won back once again. A real threatening chance here for FV Emerging, and is blocked once again. No distinct shots on goal for FV Emerging, and another block there. It's almost we could build a house with the many blocks that have been utilised. Sarah Kane does get that shot off. It is clean. And Lauren Ferrugia does hold it valiantly. Well, today we had some very intriguing news come out with Socceroo, Jenna McCormick, signing for South Melbourne. She will be starting this afternoon. In the heart of defence, South Melbourne have said on their social media pages. What a huge signing for the NPLW Victoria, and could definitely bolster South's chances with many W League players within their squad already. The ball goes down wide, and Liam Mulderry will win possession, and it will be the keeper in Sophia Varley to kick it out. Varley's trademark run, looking to cause pressure for Bayside, and well, it seems that Molly Burke is winning the clashes, if you will, between herself and Iamano. A searching ball played for Rachel Sternan. She's got a very big task on her hands with Varley in her way. Rachel fell to the ground. And the two number threes in a slight battle, and ball is lashed onto well by Holly Furphy. Running through the middle, gets around one defender in Kirsty Shearing, however does not make much work of it in the aftermath. Furphy dropping very deep here to play the ball to Candice Kildare. With a very, well, looked like a very well-timed switched ball. It wasn't placed very well, however, as Bayside will once again play it out from the back. What a afternoon it has been thus far in the NPLW Victoria. Approximately 25 minutes played so far. Richards latches onto it well. And Bayside unable to retain the possession. If we had possession stats, I would definitely say that FV Emerging have controlled the play thus far. And this is an illustration of that. Twisting and turning around the Bayside defenders, causing them plenty of trouble. Within transition especially. Leah Varley drops deep for Lucy Richards. She might look for the option in the middle. Or for the options, and she drifts around Ramsey. The brilliant whip to find the central area, and there is an offside flag called against FV Emerging. What a wonderful piece of skill there from Lucy Richards, who did immensely well to get past Molly Mae Ramsey. And the chance eludes FV Emerging once more. tit for tat here on the throw-ins. Bayside retain another throw-in there, courtesy of a header. Rachel Sturden. Shearing. Sturden. Here is Shearing on the ball. Ops to go in the middle. Molly Mae Ramsey. The run of Jasmine Kane Edwards was there. However, she was most definitely in an offside position as she looked away in regret. There's a chance, well, a golden opportunity for Bayside. With so many women in the 18-yard box, the chance does elude them, but they will fight once more. As Bayside have numbers there. It will fall for Molly Mae Ramsey. And the searching clearance from Leah Varley does find Lauren Ferrugia. Here comes Kirsty Shearing. And it appears we have a woman down. It will be Candice Gildery, who is down. And a substitution, my apologies, might be made here. As the medic is there. She has made quite the impact. Running diagonally to that right-hand side to twist and turn. Terence Tannen will be quite upset if this does end up resulting in a mandatory substitution for FV Emerging. Shearing. Goes back to Sienna Fogarty. And here comes Bayside driving through transition and a staunch defensive block there from FV Emerging. Here comes Leah Varley. Well, the message from FV Emerging to slow down the play and see how Bayside react. And they are reacting relatively well, you'd have to say, as they do win the one or two chances there, but it does end up in the play, in the palm of FV Emerging. It's theirs to take, seemingly. Holly Furphy stops her run and looks to drive again. She's made a fantastic run forward. She might look for the shot. She does, and Lauren Ferrugia does make the comfortable save there. Well, the multifaceted player that Holly Furphy is, she can stop within her runs, hold up the play, and do a whole lot else. Look at that run from Leah Muldery. It was almost a running race of sorts, and she was the benefactor. However, the ball does find Jasmine Kane Edwards. Here comes Lemieux, who opts down low, down wide for Molly Mae Ramsey, who falls on her knees. And here comes Jessica Young, who opts back for Leah Varley. Lucy Richards on the left-hand side. Young back to Kane. And Jessica Young does win back possession. Fantastic run by Vlamenik. And a free kick has been called against Bayside United, and a threatening set-piece opportunity awaits. Could this be the first distinct chance that FV Emerging do have that may trouble Lauren Ferrugia significantly? as we eagerly anticipate the set piece will be being taken, and it appears that a substitution has been made for FV Emerging, and it will be the aforementioned Candice Kildery who will come off, and we are just looking for the numbers that will be held up by the fourth official, and it will be the substitute who comes on for FV Emerging in this present moment. Set piece taken. Varley looked for the cross and an offside flag was called against Varley, it seems. And number 2, who's actually not listed on the team sheet, funnily enough, has come on. So we will endeavour to bring you that player. Not too useful when the team sheets do not come with player names or numbers. But that is the NPL for you sometimes. And here comes Iamano. Drives in the box. Penalty shout is called, and it is given. Jessica Young fell down in the box. It was the instrumental run of Francesca Iamano who played it to Young. And here comes that distinct chance that we have been waiting for. And it appears it will be Leah Varley, who's the one to take it. Lauren Ferrugia has got plenty to deal with. And there will be Leah Varley in a pivotal set-piece chance for FV Emerging. Tucks it away very centrally. And FV Emerging will take the 1-0 lead away from home. A brilliant run from Francesca Iamano, played it into the path of Jessica Young, who was clipped. And an effective finish from Leah Varley makes this contest 1-0 at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. But Bayside have got plenty to look forward to in the second half, or the remainder of this first half. Sturden will kick us off following the FV Emerging opener. Shearing. And FV Emerging will come away with it once more. Stagnant in possession, and there was a shot from Holly Furphy. Not too much power on it, and Ferrugia does enough to claim it. As we are reaching 35 minutes played in this contest so far. Kane Edwards, a searching ball for Rachel Sturden. She's so threatening within that 18-yard area. And the cross is taken. It's clipped behind, and, well, there was a staunch clearance from Leah Varley. But the chance will not end there for Bayside as Kirsty Shearing. Plenty of women pushed up here for Bayside. As Molly Burke will have it on that right-hand side. And Iamano, what a tussle there. She does end up winning possessions, bearing a run on goal. Here comes Holly Furphy on the edge of the 18-yard box. She drives in closer, looks to roll it central, and Lauren Ferrugia will retain the ball. What a fantastic over-the-head flick from Francesca Iamano. Something that resembles a W League player. Jessica Young with a shot. Wide and high. All the momentum swaying towards the FV Emerging side this afternoon. Well, Ferrugia's had plenty to deal with out of goal kicks and also shots taken upon her, none of which have troubled her significantly. However, that goal did come by way of a penalty, courtesy of Leah Varley, who's been the outstanding defensive prospect this afternoon. She's been so good at driving the play forward and making those key passes out of the defense. And look at FV Emerging's press. Something to behold. Insistent, on earning themselves a doubler. Sarah Kane looks for the options of Lucy Richards on that broadcast side, and Richards does win possession. Comes to Yamano, who is faced with Molly Burke. That seems to be the clash that we have been touting this afternoon. Yamano, the touch was a little bit too heavy there. And the ball is won by Bayside United. My apologies, by FV Emerging. Through a throw, Lucy Richards. Molly Burke kicks it out for a corner. Throw in on that broadcast side. And here comes Leah Varley. Looks centrally. And Iamano earns the ball wide on that left-hand side. Looks to tuck inside. And then again, Molly Burke with a very stoic clearance. The battle between her and Iamano has been the key to FE Emerging's resilience, you'd have to say. Iamano unwilling to give up. And she has found some success. But the veteran status of Molly Burke cannot be understated. Ball whipped in centrally. It finds Iamano at the back post to look for the header. Just seemingly went above her. And Iamano will look for the second effort. Lucy Richards. Will she look to roll it centrally? Looks to make a run further on goal. And Bayside seemingly had some touches go their way and will left the Emerging. What could they do here? It was a golden opportunity at the back post for Francesca Iamano. He then proceeded to run after the ball that she shot after. Not often you see that at NPLW Victoria level. Richards looked for the pass, kicked it into her arm. And there is a free kick for Bayside United. Ball is played down wide, but it is headed away. The crisp one touches from FV Emerging is, well, something that resembles W League quality here. It's the direct passes that have been played, the narrow structure of their defense manifesting itself as a wide formation, with Lucy Richards and Francesca Iamano playing at wide, at will. And look at this interplay here between Lucy Richards and Francesca Iamano. Iamano wins the ball on that far side. Can she whip it in centrally? Burke wins the tussle. Not as far for Lucy Richards, who rolls between her marker. And plenty of conjecture as to if the ball was won by Bayside or FE Emerging. The assistant opts for Bayside. And the free kick awarded to FV Emerging. Quite deep in the attacking half, and they do take it quickly through Leah Varley. What unbelievable run from Murphy, and well, there comes the corner once again for FV Emerging. Not too many women in the 18-yard box for FV Emerging. Well, now they are. Free header for Varley. Varley on the second effort. Defended away. It was the freest header you could have imagined for Leah Varley on the edge of the 18-yard box. 6-yard box, my apologies. And, well, the chance eludes FV Emerging, who have well earned their second goal so far. It hasn't eventuated on the scoreboard, but you'd have to say they are extremely close to breaking Bayside United down well and truly. Any remnant of a fight back would be considered, well, unbearable from their perspective. Or unattainable, should I say. The word escaped me in that time, but Bayside will look to drive. It looked for Rachel Sturden, and well, the ever tidy and well, ever busy Leah Varley does win the ball back in the centre of defence. Here comes Furphy. And goes down right to that right side to Ellie Vlamenik, who goes inside once. Can she go a second time? She does. And here comes Holly Furphy with a shot. And it's cleared away from Molly Burke. Not enough has been said about Ellie Vlamenik, who, well, has been that opposite on the right-hand side. Seemingly that Francesca Iamano has earned all the headlines thus far, but 20 games for Strathdale in 2018 with 52 goals. Quite a decent goal scoring rate, I'd have to say. Not too bad at all. Headed away well from Bayside, who win the ball on that left-hand side with Lucy Richards. Up centrally, and, well, Furphy held it down on her chest, and Bayside have a real attacking chance here. Through transition, can she play the ball between the lines for Rachel Sturden? She does. Who holds up play, waiting for her teammates. Shearing won it, and, well, there it is. Leah Varley, once again. What a presence she's been in this first half. We are edging closer to the end or the conclusion of this first half, as Iamano wants one more chance, and she might earn it. Rolls it square, and, well, there is a clearance from Bayside United. And a surely reached the round of Molly May Ramsey, and, well, yes, the free kick has been called. And there is Leah Varley looking to take that free kick. High and wide, you'd expect would be the call for this free kick. Ball whipped in close. Ferrugia had plenty to deal with, and the rebound is followed up. What fantastic awareness from FV Emerging to notice the tip from Lauren Ferrugia, and it is finished very effectively from Murphy, if I am not mistaken. FV Emerging earned their second goal that they've been waiting for so long. And the game almost wrapped up here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. Ferrugia perhaps over-anticipated it, and on the stroke of half-time, FV Emerging earned their second. Shearing. FV Emerging looking for three. There is Varley twisting and turning out of the central defensive position, and Iamano's got acres of space, drives inside once. The touch was too heavy, or perhaps there was a deflection of some sort, or of that ilk. And, well, Natasha Rieri will win the ball on that left-hand side, as the throw-in is called. In fact, the first half whistle will also be called here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex as Bayside United, after fighting through various counter-attacks in transition, FV Emerging proved too much through an opening penalty courtesy of Leah Varley and a second coming at the stroke of half-time. Of two set pieces, FV Emerging proved their quality as we leave the first half at 2-0. Welcome back to round 7 of the NPLW Victoria. It is Bayside United taking on FV Emerging. And we've had a 2-0 scoreline in the first half of this fixture. Thank you for those who have contributed within the comments on the Football Victoria Facebook, NPLW Victoria Facebook, my apologies. Silver Bell Morris has been taken off for FV Emerging. My apologies, I had the numbers mixed up on my match sheets. And Holly Murray has been substituted on for FV Emerging. That was the injury that we had earlier in the contest. Thank you to Fiona Mardling for that comment. It is much appreciated, and please keep your comments coming through on the NPLW Victoria Facebook page. It is much appreciated. On this fine afternoon here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex, can Bayside United employ a resurgent comeback, a fight back of sorts? Will FV Emerging continue to remain solid and continue their fantastic direct football that they've been playing all season? We're about to kick off here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex as, well, it's blue skies here. Fantastic blue skies. The sun glistening onto the pitch. And Bayside, after going down 6 times this season, can this be the opportunity where they gain a point at the very least? Or will FV Emerging earn their 5th win of the campaign? Bayside to kick off this contest imminently. Here it comes to Lenny Lemieux, who plays down to Sienna Fogarty, and we are right back in this contest here. Back underway with all the momentum swaying to the FV Emerging side. Well, Yamano was clipped there, but play does continue through Muldiri, who opts for Sarah Kane, and ball being played across the midfield front line. A dashing 1-on-1 chase between Jessica Young and Molyneux, and Bayside win the contest. The question is, can they force anything forward as it comes to Molly May Ramsey? Griffin in a tussle there, but it comes down to Liam Muldiri, who opts for that far left-hand side as FV Emerging will slow down the tempo ever so slightly. The game has ebbed and flowed thus far very well in the favour of FV Emerging, and Muldiri wins that ball on the left-hand side, and the touch was too much. As, well, Liam Griffin throws it in. And FV Emerging, after that mistake, will retain or regain possession. Ramsey. On the far left side, Ramsey remonstrating with the referee for a free kick, and, well, FV Emerging on the throw. Headed clear. Kane. Here comes Varley steadfast, and Kane will be the one to drive the play forward. She does so, and, well, too much on it on that far right side. And it'll be the captain, and Molly Burke, who's had to marshal her teammates forward in this instance. And, well, there comes the first substitution. My apologies, it actually did evade me at half-time. And Bayside have made a change in the half. And we will bring you that substitution imminently. And here comes Holly Furphy, bearing down on goal, that left-hand side, rolls it central, it opts all the way for Vlamenik, and, well, just a little bit too high on goal. With a heavy shot over the bar, Bayside will have the opportunity to restore parity, or halfly restore parity, if that makes any sense at all. FE Emerging love to travel in packs, in patches. Long shot taken from Holly Furphy. Doesn't trouble Perugia that much. She bounces once and kicks it twice. All the way for Kirsty Shearing. As we have quite the crowd on that far side, making their presence known in that, I wouldn't say terrace, but whatever it's called. Obviously, Kingston Heath, the home of the Bentley Greens, have been, well, this ground has taken stage to some wonderful A-League, well, FFA Cup clashes and some W League clashes over the past few years. Notable ones coming to mind being the Perth Glory against Bentley Greens fixture, also some W League fixtures between the Melbourne City and the Newcastle Jets as well last season. This calendar year, actually, come to think of it. Furphy wins it. And they'll come away with it, Bayside. Here comes Shearing. Up centrally. And Kirsty Shearing will look to play the ball forward once again. And there is Molly Mae Ramsey pleading for the ball on the broadcast side. Tirelessly thrown away, and FV will break here. Holly Furphy was offside, and, well, that was a horrific defensive blunder from Bayside United. Could have caused FV Emerging to drive the play forward and possibly earn their third, the trifecta. However, it will be Bayside to play out from the back once again. They are certainly playing more direct. Rachel Sturden is certainly roaming from her traditional striker position. Has drifted between the channels quite effectively. No service has been provided for her, though. Molineux with a shot. And Lauren Farrugia. If you could count how many saves she's taken this fixture thus far, I wouldn't be able to fit it on one hand, I can tell you that. Shoulder challenge from Holly Furphy, who drives across the front line, turns once, takes a shot, and just goes over the bar. And another ball has been called, and that call has been answered. FE Emerging, applying plenty of pressure on the ball, as Sienna Fogarty has Got plenty to deal with. Holly Furphy wins it in back. And Sienna Fogarty wins it once more. A tit-for-tat strategy employed by Bayside United. We'll lose the ball and we'll win it back afterwards. And here comes Sophia Varley driving through transition F the emerging operator on. Here comes Varley on the left-hand side. Drifts inside. Touch was way too heavy. And Lauren Ferrugia will bounce it twice. And kick it thrice. That rhymes. However, Bayside will retain in the defensive region. Ramsey rolls it centrally. Under plenty of pressure here. Ramsey had the run, waiting for her forwardly. And on the odd occasion, Sophia Varley does pick up the ball, and she does. Hasn't been faced with a multitude of challenges this afternoon. Fortunately for her, she's keeping a clean sheet as the game will continue to progress. Here comes Muldery, and Ramsey does win it back. Muldery wins it and will drive as such. Plenty of options on the left-hand side, and Bayside win it back. Sturden looking for the first touch. Here comes Molly Burke. Sturden. Muldery. It drops centrally for Effie emerging. On the chase, Murphy with a shot. Jessica Young with the shot. Fogarty with the header. And they'll come away with it once more. Murphy comes to Furphy. Sarah Kane will perhaps look to whip it centrally as opposed to driving in those central channels. Bayside have remained stoic, as they did in that early first half patch as well, and they seem to have fell away, and as the game continued to progress. And, well, is this penetration strategy working? That is something that the coach, Terrence Tynan, will have to address following this fixture. They could have punished them further. They have enacted plenty of damage onto plenty of sides, such as Calder United in recent weeks, as well as, well, Boxall United. I believe it was 6-2 in that fixture. I mean, they are third on the table, but can they demonstrate that clinical quality? And there is a brilliantly timed through ball. Just goes wide of the goal. It was a well-weighted through ball played between the lines. There was enough power on it, but just wide to the side. Ball was looked to be played down low, but Sarah Kane will win it in the centre of the park, drifting from a central defensive position. Looks to win it back. She does. Has got options waiting. And there is a clearance from Niam Griffin. And can Bayside break? Launching ball played to Rachel Stern, and the touch looked exquisite. As we found out, it wasn't as great as we initially, well, thought. Our preconceived assertions were not answered. Ferrugia clears it centrally. And here will come Rachel Sturden, who looked for Molly Ray Ramsey. If she caught onto it, you'd expect she would have a one-on-one chance with, well, the keeper and Varley, but Effie emerging might earn a chance of their own. Here comes Vlamenik. Rolls it central for Holly Furphy, who tucks it home well in the near bottom right post. And there is FV Emerging's third. And that is all the chocolates earned for the FV Emerging side, about to break their 2-game winless run with a resounding victory of their own, as it looked like Bayside were applying a tad of pressure. They responded so well. A well-whipped ball from Ellie Vlamenik into Holly Furphy, who tucked it home well. And a change to be made by both sides, as Molly Burke will come off as the captain's armband administered to another player, and we will continue play now. Number 22 has come on for Bayside United. Here comes FV Emerging, looking to add another one to their scoreline. They have the second half blitzes, which do so well for them, and their header is tucked away. What a staunch header from Francesca Iamano at the bat stick. Makes it 4, and here comes FV Emerging's blitz. 2 goals within a very liminal space. Liminal amount of time, so to speak. Francesca Iamano doesn't possess the height to latch onto those headers, but what a staunch header, and FV Emerging make another change. Off will come the assist for the third, or the assister for the third, and Ellie Vlamenik, and on will come number 12 in Caitlin Carriage. And Bayside United also made a change following that third goal from FV Emerging. And we will bring you that change as soon as feasible. And Nissa Kalestis to come on for Bayside United. Leah Muldery. Bayside went it back through Shearing, who now has the captain's armband. Caitlin Carriage pushed away from McClure, but she continues forward. Rolled centrally, kicked out from Farrugia, and well, the second effort was put away for a corner. A 4-0 scoreline for FV Emerging, enacting plenty of pain upon Bayside United, making their presence known within the NPL. The short corner is taken. Whipped in far at the back stick. The header is taken. It will trouble Farrugia. Leah Varley, who's already earned a goal of her own through a penalty in the first half, looking for a second off another set piece. Well, the versatility that FV Emerging have will certainly pay dividends in the later rounds, as they possess plenty of stamina, driving the play forward even with 2/3 of the game completed already. What a staunch press it is. An avid press from FV Emerging. Unwilling to accept anything less than their best effort. Throw-in will be taken for Bayside United through Niam Griffin. Varley. Back to the keeper in Varley. There must be a relation there in some way. I won't make any assertions presently, as, well, I might make the wrong assertion. I'm always very wary of those things. Leah Varley did well there, but it comes to Kirsty Shearing, who earns a chance of her own. Shot is taken, and it is saved well by Sophia Varley, who makes her first ditch save of the afternoon. Sarah Kane goes down wide to Francesca Iamano, latched onto effectively. And the free kick was not called. It's actually a throw-in for FV Emerging. Leah Varley opts centrally. Now goes down to that far right side for Liam Mulderee, but the ball was picked up by Bayside, regained by FV Emerging. Latched on too well by Holly Firth. He's got that immaculate touch. The ball sticks to her feet often. Ball played down wide. And played down wide well. Caitlin Carriage waiting in this 18-yard box, but Ferrugia got down to it well. Recognized the ball was being parried down there and executed her run perfectly. Carriage unable to latch onto that one. She's in with a foot race here, and, well, she wins it in some form, in the form of a throw-in it will be. And it will be Leah Mulderee, who's been quite the presence down that right-hand side, and you're awaiting another substitution here. Number 3 in Jacqueline Lemieux for Bayside. Coming off on will come Melanie Martinez. Has started for Bayside United numerous times this season. Was a part of that Bayside United side in 2019 as well. Has played for several seasons within the NPLW Victoria. Mulderee. Holly Furphy latches onto it just outside the 18-yard box. Takes a shot. Found the head, and it will be a free kick just outside the 18-yard box. From my vantage point, it seemed as if it hit the head of the Bayside United defender. The referee in Elimir Asipi disagrees, and we will have a free kick opportunity for Bayside, or for FV Emerging. And it'll be Murphy, who's scored multiple goals this campaign, more than 4. Can she add to her tally? That remains to be seen. Will the question be answered here and then? It's a distinct shooting opportunity. Will she opt for it? Well taken and well over the bar. FV Emerging applying plenty of pressure, and it does fall to FV Emerging, and, well, the lofted ball was too much, and here comes Niam Griffin. Encouraged well to win the play there, and FV Emerging will search for their 5th. Holly Furphy. Will she enact pains? Twists and turns, takes a shot, finds Lauren Ferrugia at the left-hand side of the 8-yard box. Caitlin Courage. Leah Muldery. Kane twisting and turning, but Bayside will pick it up. The ball was played well to Rachel Sturden. Lashed onto her quite well. She'll take the shot. And a wonderful launching save, but it will end up in the back of the net for Rachel Sturden. And it seemed as if Sophia Marley made a launching and darting save, but Rachel Sturden earns a consolation goal for Bayside United. A ball played beautifully between the lines. Sturden dashing down that right-hand side, took the shot. The launching save from Sophia Varley, not enough, not sufficient, as Bayside will look to potentially launch a late comeback this afternoon. Here comes Sturden. Her willy presence has caused FV Emerging plenty of troubles so far on the counter-attacks. Just shut out there and then, but that effort was found in the back of the net. But you have to say Sophia Varley did well to get to it. It was quite an odd one. You don't often see saves like those end up in the back of the net. I must say, her save may have taken all the speed off the ball in that instance. Carriage did well there, and it is won by FV Emerging. And there is another substitution for FV Emerging. Francesca Iamano, who was undoubtedly one of FV Emerging's best players in that first half, comes off. And on will come Ash Jordan. Here Bayside will come. FV Emerging are too quick within those stagnant possession pieces, and that's really what's made the difference. It also helps when you have the technical quality to break down teams well as well. The systematic decline of Bayside United this season has been well documented. 7 games, 0 wins. It's the plight of a team that has struggled in recent years in the NPL Victoria. And, well, this result, assuming that they aren't able to muster up 3 or 4 goals, will render them to bottom of the table, as they have been for much of this campaign. Courage won it. I thought the offside flag would have been called for a brief moment, but nonetheless, play will continue. Shot is taken. Oh, what a finish! Outside of the box. It is a substitute, and Ash Jordan with a flying shot just outside the box. The 18-yard box, so to speak. And it beats Lauren Farigia, and that is 5 for FV Emerging. High fives all around. Getting around Ash Jordan. What a stunning finish from outside of the box. Well timed and immense power. Caitlin Courage. Well, we are edging closer to this fixture's conclusion, but will FV Emerging pile on the pressure and add 6? 3 goals in the second half after 2 first half goals, 1 on the stroke of half time, 1 in the midst of the action. Well, they can score on set pieces, through penalties, on free kicks, in stagnant moments of play, and well, outside the box with bangers such as those, as they might look for 6. Here comes FV emerging in Ash Jordan. They go centrally again. And it falls away. And well, how about Leah Varley? She's been quite the presence in defense. Has been deployed as a central midfielder, central defensive midfielder in this fixture as well. And, well, multifaceted, diverse in her passing plays. Is also the designated set piece taker, so it does help to have someone who is, well, so multi-dimensional. She's come into the side today and has been a dominant force at the heart of the back line for FV emerging. She opted not to go crossfield there. FV emerging more than happy to keep the ball in their own defensive half. Well, the offside flag was called against FV emerging on this far side. The calls from the assistant referee not met by Elamir Asipi. As we witness another substitution. Jasmine Kane Edwards. My apologies, Molly Mae Ramsey will come off. And will come Coco Parker, who I mentioned prior to the match starting, and she does arrive on the pitch today. She hasn't been involved in many Bayside United squads this season and gets her opportunity this afternoon. A youth prospect for Bayside United as well. Youth production has been exemplified at Bayside United as the key proponent of their success within, well, youth circles in NPLW Victoria. Hasn't exactly translated to senior success this season or in recent campaigns, but however, who knows what could eventuate in the future. Holly Furphy on that far left-hand side, up centrally for Sarah Kane, who was waiting. Well, there comes Coco, looking to drive the play forward, and Bayside might look to possibly reduce the amount of goals compared to theirs that have been scored. That's called the differential. That is not why I used so many words for that expression. Coco Parker looking to loft the play forward, and, well, Bayside will earn a throw-in in a critical area within the attacking segment of possession. FV emerging. Go to Caitlin Carriage on that right-hand side. Plenty of women waiting in that 18-yard area, or imminently waiting. Carriage whips it in. Lucy Richards on that far post, and, well, the valiant shot was, well, not taken in actuality due to the fact that the ball whisked past her. Free kick called against FV emerging. Here comes Niam McClure. Lofts the ball forward. Lopped up within the midfield, and well, that wasn't enough as a throw-in to be taken from FV Emerging. Lucy Richards. Kane. Sturden was placed with an awful lot of challenges in that 18-yard box, and she was pushed away. And here comes a foot race, won by Bayside, but Courage was waiting. Ball played down that far side, and Richards will pick it up, courtesy of a throw-in. Holly Furphy. A wonderfully placed ball for Caitlin Courage. She's one-on-one with Lauren Ferrugia, and Ferrugia makes a save. Too heavy from Holly Furphy, and we will resume play with Bayside taking a long goal kick, or kick out, so to speak. Coco Parker touches down well. And Niam Griffin. Rieri. Back down to Griffin. Lapped up by Sarah Kane. And the play will be driven forward. Searching. Ball there for Murphy. The two number 17s in a little battle there. Lovely to see. Well, here come FV Emerging. A staunch counter-attack. Holly Furphy looked to have the ball. And Caitlin Courage will pick it up on the edge of the 18-yard box. She drives in forward, looks for it centrally, and she'll try the second effort. Sarah Kane goes down far and down wide. Sarah Kane. Well-placed ball for Caitlin Courage, the benefactor of so many wonderful passes distributed to her. And here comes Holly Furphy on the edge of the 18-yard box. Drifts inside once and twice, and the corner will come for FV Emerging. Whip taken. And just goes wide of the goal. And here comes another substitution for Football Victoria Emerging. Off will come number 17 in Murphy. And on will come number 18. My apologies. Rosie Curtis. 8 appearances in 2019 season and two goals in 8 games. And Murphy is clapped off the pitch. The benefactor of a goal in that first half, if that does not mistake me. As we will resume here. See how these players have grown over the course of the NTC program. Has been wonderful. They play such exquisite football, FV Emerging, and well, hasn't today been the illustration of that, with a defensive line so in line that it's just so organized, so well structured. It's football at its finest, and well, it fills us with a lot of confidence knowing that Football Victoria have developed their systems thoroughly to ensure that we are producing the next best Matildas, with many Victorians actually not getting selected for Matilda selection. Come to think of it, distinctly, it's been quite disappointing to see W League, sorry, so to speak. I meant W League players not being distinctly picked from Victorian-based programs. I mean, Kyra Cooney Cross is the pure illustration of that. Was a part of the FV NTC program, and she's, well, a burgeoning Matilda star. She may take centre stage at the Olympics in only a few months now. 2 months away, can you believe it? Fogarty drives it forward. Shearing with a cross and a goal kick for FV Emerging. Textbook women's football played by FV Emerging. As we edge closer to the conclusion of this intriguing fixture, that was the way that I've described it on my personal social medias. You have two sides that came into the game with poor form, with Bayside losing 2 and FV Emerging, so Bayside losing 6 straight and FV Emerging losing 2 straight. The key to this fixture was who was going to come out stronger first, and FV Emerging illustrated that from the get-go. Unwilling to let up or let their foot off the pedal. They've gone full steam ahead for the full 90 minutes. And they've earned 5 goals as a result. That strike from Rachel Sturden should not go unnoticed, though. She was instrumental in driving Bayside forward. And, well, here comes FV Emerging. Free kick taken. Goes straight to Lauren Ferrugia, and, well, it was Leah Varley who's been exemplary in the heart of the defence, and also the designated set-piece taker makes very good effort of that. Corner taken. And it's cleared away well from Colestas. Here comes Shearing. Can she earn Bayside's second? And she's got Coco Parker waiting on that right-hand side. The ball wasn't played to her. It was the most obvious option. Distinctly. However, well, FV Emerging will drive the play forward, and they'll attempt to demonstrate what they can do at the tight closure of games. Here comes Caitlin Courage. Driven shot taken, which falls to the left-hand side of the goal. As we are waiting the amount of stoppage time to be administered in this contest, it appears that, well, I'm waiting for the fourth official. That's what appears to be happening at the moment. As he adjusts his substitution board and doesn't decide to put up any numbers as of yet. Asipi insistent that it is a throw for FV Emerging. And the offside flag was called against FV Emerging. Here comes Holly Furphy, who drifts it back. Shot taken from Jessica Young. Just goes over the bar once again. Martinez. Coco Parker was waiting on that far right side, and well, here we go. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be administered in this contest. My calls are answered by the fourth official. Will FV Emerging get their sixth? Rosie Curtis. Well, Courage was certainly offside, and she is, as the assistant referee was quick to call the offside or show his offside flag. Throw up, whatever you want to call it. Throw it up. One-touch football being illustrated from Bayside United. Here comes Melanie Martinez. Looks for Rachel Sturden. She's onside. A one-on-one with the keeper. On the second effort, just goes over the bar. It was a fantastic save from Sophia Varley to get down low and get to it on the rebound. Flushed over the bar. What an interesting turn of events here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. FV Emerging not playing to the whistle, as they were very certain that Rachel Sturden was offside. And here comes Nia McClure. Muldery. Sarah Kane. And there is Caitlin Courage drifting and swifting and drives into the box. Here is Caitlin Courage. Rolls it square on the second effort. Possible handball call there. However, FV Emerging will look for 6 on the stroke of full time. Driven into the box here. Shot taken. Farugia looks to have lost the ball, but she wins it back. Met to cheers of applause. And there is a final whistle. Final whistle, my apologies, here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. a 2-minute blitz from FV Emerging sealed the 3 points, as 3 second half goals were more than enough to secure the 5-1 victory. It was a consolation goal of sorts from Rachel Sturden, who lofted the ball into the back of the net. However, the fairy tale run of FV Emerging does continue with, yes, 4 victories in 7 games. 5 victories in 7 games, so to speak. I've been your solo commentator, Neil Simons, who have taken you through this action on a wonderful afternoon / twilight game, if you will. In the NPLW Victoria, we've got plenty more NPL football coming up, with some more men's and women's games to watch on the NPL Victoria YouTube, Facebook, and other means of consumption. Well, as we await further NPLW fixtures, take this one in, and well, hopefully you've enjoyed the coverage here. Have a wonderful evening.